She built her brand on drama, chaos, and calling her husband daddy. But what if I told you the real storm is what Bravo did not show? A pregnancy that vanished, a marriage questioned, and a silence that says more than words ever could. This is not just reality TV. This is the truth behind Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly might dominate every scene with her loud voice and savage shade. But behind that chaos is a story Bravo never aired, a silent scandal, a hidden accusation, and a woman guarding secrets so personal they could change how you see her forever. Loud, messy, unstoppable. But what if everything you love or hate about Dr. Heavenly is hiding something deeper? What I uncovered will leave you questioning everything. Let's be honest, Dr. Heavenly is loud, messy, and full of drama. But somehow, she became the wild spark Married to Medicine never knew it needed. The real question is, what secrets are hiding behind her quiet husband and the things she never talks about, from a rumored pregnancy that was quietly swept under the rug to Contessa accusing Dr. Damon of cheating? There is way more going on than what Bravo shows on TV. And what I discovered might completely change the way you see her. If you have ever watched Married to Medicine, you already know the show is full of drama, but everything changed when Dr. Heavenly Kimes joined the cast. Suddenly, the show had someone who was raw, unfiltered, and bold enough to say exactly what was on her mind. Whether she is laughing while throwing shade or starting drama on her YouTube channel, Heavenly has become one of Bravo's most talked about personalities. Love her or hate her, she shook things up in a big way. Before Dr. Heavenly joined Married to Medicine, the show already had its fair share of tension, heated moments, and emotional outbursts. There were arguments, rivalries, and occasional shade, but the drama still felt somewhat balanced. Then Heavenly walked in, and everything changed. From the moment she stepped into the spotlight, she brought a completely different kind of energy, louder, bolder, and far more unpredictable. It was like flipping a switch. Suddenly, the show had a new pulse, one driven by Heavenly's no-filter attitude and explosive commentary. Some compare her impact to the Kenya Moore effect from Real Housewives of Atlanta, where one cast member comes in and instantly takes the chaos to a whole new level. That is exactly what Heavenly did. Her strong opinions, sharp tongue, and refusal to play nice made her impossible to ignore. She called out people to their faces, roasted them behind their backs, and often laughed while doing it. But here's the kicker: Heavenly knows exactly what she is doing. This is not accidental. She enjoys stirring the pot. In fact, she thrives in messy moments. Chaos is not her weakness, it is her strategy. But for all the attention she commands on screen, there is another side to Heavenly that rarely gets shown. Behind the loud voice and fiery energy are questions that Bravo has never truly explored. Some of the most mysterious moments in her storyline are not about what we see, but what we do not see. Take, for example, the strange situation involving a possible pregnancy. Loyal fans may remember that during one season around the earlier years of the show, there were whispers that Heavenly might have been pregnant while filming. Viewers noticed a visible bump during interviews and in certain scenes. It was not just fan speculation. Online forums, social media threads, and even YouTube recaps began picking up on it. Some people even recalled an episode where it was lightly mentioned, but just as quickly as the conversation started, it was gone. No storyline was built around it. No cast member asked questions. Bravo never mentioned it again. That silence raised eyebrows. If a pregnancy did happen, why was it never included in the show? Fans came up with theories. One idea is that Heavenly and her husband, Dr. Damon, whom she lovingly calls Daddy, chose to keep it private. Maybe it did not fit Bravo's storyline at the time. After all, when Heavenly was heavily involved in feuds with Simone, Toya, and Contessa, a personal and emotional arc like pregnancy might have softened her villain image. And Bravo rarely shows soft when it can show chaos. Others wondered if there were complications, and the topic was dropped out of respect. Either way, the pregnancy mystery became one of those blink-and-you-miss-it moments that fans still talk about today. Then there is the subject of her children. Heavenly often talks about being a mom. We know she has 3 kids. She mentions them in interviews and occasionally online. But on the show, they are mostly missing. Unlike other cast members whose family life plays a huge role in their storylines, Heavenly keeps her kids mostly off camera. Why? It is hard to say. Maybe it is to protect their privacy. Maybe it is part of how she manages her image. But it does stand out, especially for someone whose personal drama is otherwise so front and center. And of course, we have to talk about the marriage. Dr. Damon, aka Daddy, is one of the calmest personalities in the Married to Medicine universe. While Heavenly storms into scenes, throws shade, and sparks confrontation, Damon is quiet, collected, and supportive. Their dynamic feels like complete opposites, and for a while, fans believed it was part of what made them strong. She was fire, he was water, and together, they balanced each other out. But that picture started to crack when Contessa threw out a serious accusation. During one heated exchange, Contessa turned the spotlight on Heavenly and asked, "If you're going to talk about my husband, let's talk about yours. You act like Damon is perfect, but is he really?" She did not say Damon cheated directly, but the implication was there, and fans picked up on it instantly. It was a moment that changed the way people saw Heavenly's marriage. What made it worse? Heavenly's reaction. She did not laugh it off. She did not clap back with her usual fire. She got quiet. And for someone who usually meets every attack head-on, that silence was loud. After that moment, she seemed to steer clear of the topic on her YouTube channel, and avoided diving into her relationship like she used to. It left viewers wondering, was it discomfort, damage control, or something deeper? Adding to the curiosity, is the lack of intimacy we see between her and Damon on screen? She often praises him and defends him like a queen would a king. But when it comes to genuine connection, date nights, affection, romantic moments, it is mostly absent. Behind the nickname Daddy is a man who barely speaks unless prompted, and often steps away when things get too personal on camera. Now, to be clear, there is no solid evidence of anything shady happening. There is no confirmed cheating, but in the world of reality TV, truth is not just about facts, it is about what people feel and what they see. And when a moment like that is left open-ended, fans fill in the blanks. So while Heavenly may lead the charge in chaos, stir up the mess, and keep the show buzzing, her own life off camera remains mostly untold. And that is what keeps viewers guessing, because behind the storm is a woman guarding something very private. And in a world where everything is supposed to be on display, what we do not see might be the most powerful story of all. This is where things get serious. What do we really know about their marriage when the cameras stop rolling? In this story, we are digging into it all: Heavenly's rise to fame, how she changed the entire feel of the show, the true dynamics in her marriage, and the untold secrets hiding behind the scenes. Trust me, by the time you reach the end, you may see Dr. Heavenly in a completely different way. When Married to Medicine first aired in 2013, it gave fans a unique look into the lives of successful women in Atlanta's medical world. It showed friendship, drama, and the stress of balancing careers and relationships. But it was not until season 2 that the real storm arrived. Dr. Heavenly. From her very first appearance, she did not blend in. She shook things up. She was bold, loud, and sometimes even rude. Fans were split, but one thing was clear: Bravo saw her potential. Why? Because drama equals ratings. And Dr. Heavenly knew how to bring it. Let's call it the Heavenly Blueprint. She brought a new kind of energy that made the show unpredictable and intense. And for better or worse, she became the one fans could not stop watching. Let's be real, Dr. Heavenly has turned chaos into a brand. She blends bold shade with random spiritual quotes, jumps into confrontations, and always ends it with, "I love you though, sis," like nothing happened. And let's not forget her obsession with calling her husband Daddy, a nickname that has become just as famous as she is. Whether she is fighting with Toya, shading Simone, clashing with Quad, or going head-to-head with Contessa, Heavenly somehow still manages to act like the voice of reason even when she is the one who starts the fire. From dramatic reunions to awkward dinner tables, she brings the kind of tension you can feel through the screen. And yet, through all the drama, she never gets pushed out. If anything, she rises even more. But what really makes Heavenly stand out is not just her messy side, it's her ability to balance it with success and confidence. Yes, she is loud. Yes, she says things most people would never dare to say on camera. But she is also a highly educated, working professional. She runs her own dental practice, has a family, and knows how to make money outside the show. That mix of real-life achievement with reality TV chaos is rare, and fans recognize that. She plays the villain well, but she is not just a one-dimensional troublemaker. She is layered. She can be loving and loyal one minute, and then turn around and drag someone the next. It is confusing, yes, but also deeply human. Because in real life, most people are complicated. Most people have a little bit of mess in them, and that is what makes her relatable. You might roll your eyes at her antics, but you probably also know someone just like her. That auntie who is always in somebody's business. That friend who keeps it real no matter who gets hurt. The woman who will fight with you, cry with you, pray with you and still tell you off at the end of the day. That is Heavenly. She has also mastered the game beyond the camera. Her YouTube channel is a whole second platform. She reviews episodes, comments on castmates, and sometimes spills more tea there than she does on Bravo. Fans follow both the show and her commentary, which makes her even harder to ignore. She has built an empire from chaos, but an empire nonetheless. Love her or hate her. One thing is clear. Dr. Heavenly isn't just a character on Married to Medicine. She's the spark that keeps the whole thing burning. And Heavenly did not stop. At Bravo, she found a second home on YouTube, where she gave her take on every episode, called out castmates, and even revealed more than the show itself. Her channel became just as popular as the show. Fans were searching for Dr. Heavenly YouTube recap, Heavenly Shade, and Heavenly Versus Contessa beef right after every episode. She was no longer just a reality star, she was part of the content engine itself. And the more people criticized her, the more they watched. Here's the twist. Producers knew exactly what they had. Every dramatic moment, every side-eye, every breakdown, Heavenly was always right in the middle. And no matter how many people threatened to quit the show, she was not going anywhere. She was not just good for TV, she was necessary for it. But what if the drama we saw was only half the story? There is one moment that longtime fans still whisper about, a possible pregnancy that just vanished. It was never brought up, never made into a storyline, and never addressed. But many viewers remember seeing something. Around seasons 3 and 4, some fans noticed what looked like a baby bump. It showed up during interviews and scenes, and it was not just a bloated moment, it looked real. Then came the online buzz, Reddit threads, YouTube comments, Twitter speculations. Everyone was asking the same thing. Was Dr. Heavenly pregnant? And just as fast as it started, it disappeared. No mention on the show, no reunion follow-up, no YouTube explanation, which leaves fans wondering, what really happened? There are 3 main theories that fans believe. Theory 1. It was a private pregnancy. Some say Heavenly and Dr. Damon decided to keep it off camera. Maybe Bravo filmed it but chose not to air it because it didn't fit the storyline. At that time, Heavenly was in heavy drama with Simone, Toya, and Contessa. A sweet motherhood arc might have softened her villain image, and Bravo may not have wanted that theory too. There was a loss or complication. This is a sensitive theory. If Heavenly went through something painful, like a miscarriage, it makes sense she would want privacy. And if Bravo respected that, it opens up questions about how much of real life the show hides to maintain its tone. Theory 3. The baby bump was real but the footage was old. Some fans believe Bravo used out-of-order clips or behind-the-scenes footage, and that caused confusion. It might have been a post-production error that looked like a current pregnancy but was actually from an earlier time. What makes it even more strange is that Heavenly never spoke on it, not on social media, not in interviews, not even during reunions. And for someone who never backs down from drama, that silence stands out. Was she told not to talk about it? Was it part of her contract? Or was it simply something too personal to share? Whatever the truth is, fans are still curious. The fact that such a major moment was never turned into a storyline only makes the mystery deeper. But while people were asking questions about the pregnancy, another storm was brewing, and this one shook her marriage. It all started when Contessa claimed that Dr. Damon might be cheating. That allegation hit hard because for years, Heavenly and Damon were seen as one of the strongest couples on the show. Heavenly was wild and outspoken, while Damon was calm, respectful, and always supportive. Their dynamic seemed unbreakable, but Contessa's words changed everything. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon were always shown as opposites who somehow worked perfectly together. She was loud and bold. He was calm and soft-spoken. That balance made their marriage look rock solid, or, at least, that is what we were meant to believe. But when Contessa threw out a bold accusation during season 9, that image started to fall apart. It all began when Heavenly crossed a serious line on her YouTube channel. She talked openly about Contessa's marriage, called out her husband Scott, and even said Contessa needed therapy before trying to fix her relationship. That hit a nerve. Contessa had had enough, and she fought back hard. At the reunion, and throughout the season, she turned the tables and said, "If you want to talk about my husband, let's talk about yours. You act like Damon is perfect, but is he really?" She never said Damon cheated directly, but the message was loud and clear. there was something Contessa either knew or believed, and it made fans take notice. And bravo! They left that moment hanging just long enough to let the internet explode. People started asking questions. Did Dr. Damon cheat? Is Heavenly hiding something? How can someone that calm stay out of all this mess? But what really stirred things up was Heavenly's reaction. She did not laugh it off. She did not yell like usual. She looked uncomfortable, quiet even. And if you know anything about Heavenly, you know silence is not her style. After that reunion aired, fans noticed she backed off talking about her marriage on YouTube. No more daddy and I rants. No more videos defending him. Was she trying to avoid more drama, or was there something deeper going on? People began looking closer. Despite how much she praises Damon on the show, we rarely see any real affection between them. No date nights, no romance, just her calling him daddy, while he quietly stays in the background. Some even said he walks away when things get too personal on camera. One former crew member claimed he skipped filming days on purpose. Now, to be fair, there is no proof of cheating. Nothing confirmed, but in reality TV, it's not about facts, it's about perception. Once doubt creeps in, it spreads. And Heavenly did not exactly help herself. She never addressed the rumors head-on. No strong denial, just a comment like she's miserable and projecting. That sounded more like brushing it off than setting the record straight. Meanwhile, Contessa stood by her words. She doubled down in interviews, saying, if Heavenly can dish it, she better take it too. You can't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Whether her claims were real or just revenge, they cracked the polished image of Heavenly and Damon's perfect marriage. And fans never saw their dynamic the same way again. But here's the twist: while all this chaos was happening, Married to Medicine, Houston quietly came and went. And you won't believe how its failure connects to Heavenly's rising power. Back in 2016, Bravo tried to spin off the original show with Married to Medicine Houston. On paper, it made sense. New city, new cast, same formula: doctors, careers, family, and drama. But instead of becoming a hit, the Houston version flopped. After just one season, it was cancelled without a reunion or second chance. It simply disappeared. So what went wrong? Why did Houston fail while Atlanta kept winning, especially with Heavenly in the spotlight? It starts with the cast. Married to Medicine Houston introduced 5 new women: Dr. Monica Patel, Dr. Erica Sato, Ellie Purser, Ashandra Batiste, and Rachel Sutleberg. They were smart, successful, and well-spoken, but something was missing. But that spark, it just was not there. At least, not in a way that grabbed attention or had people talking. And that was the beginning of the problem. In reality TV, personality and chaos sell, and unfortunately, the Houston cast could not match the wild, magnetic energy of someone like Dr. Heavenly. They came across more professional than petty, more realistic than ready for reality TV. And for Bravo's audience, that just did not click. Meanwhile, back in Atlanta, Heavenly was on fire. She was causing scenes at dinner tables, roasting castmates on her YouTube channel, pushing boundaries at reunions, and racking up engagement online. Her presence was not just loud, it was powerful. Whether people loved her or could not stand her, they kept watching. That kind of pull is rare. Compare that to M Houston, where the storylines felt safe and polite. It lacked the bite, the mess, and the drama that made the Atlanta version a hit. Plus, the timing could not have been worse. Bravo launched the Houston spin-off right when Married to Medicine Atlanta was at its most dramatic. Viewers were already glued to Heavenly's no-filter honesty, Quad's glow-up, Simone's emotional moments, and Jackie's calm but firm leadership. So when Houston arrived, it felt unnecessary, like a soft version of something fans already loved. In bold, made the Houston cast seem even quieter by comparison. The numbers proved it. Online searches like Dr. Heavenly YouTube recap and Heavenly vs. castmate were trending way more than anything from the Houston show. Fan pages were flooded with Atlanta clips, Heavenly memes, and heated debates. Houston, it barely made a ripple. And in the world of reality TV, conversation is everything. So just like that, M2M Houston ended after one season. No reunion, no dramatic farewell. It was quietly removed from the lineup like it never existed. But here is the twist. Some fans believe Bravo let Houston fail on purpose. Why? Because they realized they didn't need a new city, they just needed more Heavenly. Let that sink in. Married to Medicine Atlanta slowly became less about doctors and more about Dr. Heavenly. She was no longer just a member of the cast. she became the center of the show. And without meaning to, or maybe very intentionally, Potomac, Beverly Hills, each one had a strong personality that kept people watching. For Married to Medicine, that person was heavenly. She was too big, too loud, and too entertaining to be replaced. So was Houston always going to fail? Or was it a victim of the heavenly effect? A one-woman storm whose chaotic charm made everything else feel boring. But here is the part we cannot ignore. While Dr. Heavenly dominates the screen with drama and bold energy, what happens when the cameras are off? She has 3 children, a husband she calls daddy, and a brand she fiercely protects. But when it comes to her real family life, the raw, personal moments, Bravo barely shows them, and that leaves us wondering, why?